My name is Zhou Ye. One is about to be black-hearted by his peers. The owner of the scrap station who took over the site. But no one expected it. I have the old weighbridge below the scrap station. The weight measured is not scrap iron. It was a city suffering from extreme cold and chaos. An ancient, lonely city driven to a dead end. If there truly are deities in the upper realm, and bestowed upon me a piece of wind-shielding material in Jingbei. So what if it's junk? Today I'll show you. Even scrap can save lives. Zhou Ye, you've been delaying the venue contract for 3 months. If you can't come up by tomorrow noon, this place, I can only transfer it to someone else. Uncle Lou, please don't. There is still a yard of goods in this station. The scene was completely destroyed. Once the weighbridge was dismantled, I really have no way out. Whoever gets the money first will sign it. Joe, it's not even closed yet. I heard about it. This venue. Grandpa, I want it. There is something to say. If nothing happened, get lost. I'll give you a way to live. This scrap station includes the site and equipment. 300,000. I accepted it. 200,000. If you buy scrap metal from my yard, it's worth more than this. But you're in a hurry. Those in a hurry have no right to bargain. You say this rundown station can support people. Now I can't even support myself. Detected host on the verge of bankruptcy. Meets the activation conditions for cross-boundary recycling systems. The old item anchor has been locked. The spatial passage was opening. My weighbridge is like a corpse. This is another world. Immortals. Jingbei Pass was besieged for 3 months. In extreme cold, the provisions ran out. A blizzard approached the city. 秦某以一命求仙人赐予寒之物 to save 30,000 common people. Old Chen, right? You tell everyone to stay away from the wellhead. Tonight, I'll build you a safe haven where you can survive. General, this is not earthly fabric. The upper realm gathers the wild immortals. It really works. Hand and foot numbness. Make sure everyone gets their share. No bad ones. Don't use oily ones. It can be dried in the sun. It can block the wind and can overshadow others. It's just you. Prompt. The cross-border channel only accepts recyclables, secondhand materials, and repair materials. Contaminated materials will cause unstable passages. Feel relieved. I am poor, but it is not dirty. Lao Qin. Keep people 3 zhang away from the mouth of the well. This thing's smashed on the head, not lighter than a stone. Respectfully following the immortal's instructions. Separate legal decrees. Striped cloth and thick quilts. It's for you to shield from wind and snow. Colorful strips like immortal curtains. Qin Lai took note. Yes. Call me whatever you want. Don't mess around. First, inventory the supplies. Can be used. Old is old, but it is dry and has no musty smell. Elderly and children should be covered first. The wounded soldiers are close to the interior. The garrison was positioned outside. Warm. It really warms up. Initial delivery of cold weather supplies. The risk of freezing at night at Jingbei has decreased. Just lower it. Lao Qin, have you settled everyone in? Thanks to the immortal tint heavenly garb, the old and weak in the city were temporarily saved. Qin Lai replaced 30,000 soldiers and civilians to pay tribute to the immortal. What to kneel? If you have that strength, you'd rather be squeezed tight. What happened? Urgent report. The north wall cracked from the frost. Urgent report. Checkmate. Oh no, the north wall cracked from the frost. The blizzard pressed down again at midnight. I'm afraid it's about to collapse. Not good. The city walls also need to be repaired. Then you have to find a tough weapon. General, please think carefully. This jade was the Qin family's military order. Without it, I'm afraid, the immortal granted a way to life. If I only endure without repaying, how is it any different from the chaos of the army seizing grain? Immortal in the upper realm. Qin Lai wished to use this jade to repay the favor. Wait until Jingbei Pass survives. He will surely repay with the strength of the entire city. Isn't this well a two-way courier? A pioneering cross-industry move. The other party voluntarily gives the item. Strictly prohibit forcible seizure or fraud. Receiving compensation by exchanging polluted materials. Got it. I'm not Chen Sanjin. Lao Qin, you thing. It doesn't look like a cheap thing. Where did you get this? The old man at home. Just tell me if it's true. The material is old. Even the color of the Qin River has grown old. If the source is clean and conservative, it costs hundreds of thousands. Can you survive? Okay, but it's best to go to a legitimate place. Don't sell these things randomly to people on the street. Boss, that kid Zhou Ye had an ancient jade in his hand. The stall owner said it might be worth hundreds of thousands. He's just a scrap collector. Where would he get ancient jade? I don't know, but today, he kept running toward the broken dam. Keep a close eye on his scrap station. I'm afraid there's something going on. Disaster relief goods. After all, if it can be canopy, then proceed. How could you even pick out people who are about to freeze to death? You treat human lives like garbage. Aren't you asking for old stuff? I have a lot here. I want something I can use. If you can use it and don't die from it, that's what you call being usable. It's already turning green. Just show them off. What kind of industrial oil did this barrel hold? Rinsing and filling it with water isn't a bad idea. I'll pay you this batch at the scrap fabric price. You resell it at a life-saving price. No loss. How do you know I need to save your life? We're all in the recycling business. Don't pretend you suddenly want so much quilted striped fabric. He even took out ancient jade. There must be major buyers behind the scenes. You introduce the buyer to me. I'll help you sell the ancient jade. I'll help you pay for the old stuff. So what if it's dirty? Desperate struggles among the dead. Who still cares about dignity? Fart. Who are you driving? Damn it, I'm poor. But I make clean money. Over there are living people. Even if you're freezing to death, you're still alive. Zero smells bad. There's oil. If you've been poisoned before, don't even think about getting into my pit. You really think of yourself as a savior. I'm a rag collector. But I know, scrap can be divided into life-saving and life-threatening types. I don't want this stuff. I won't do your business either. Don't forget, the landlord will sign me tomorrow. Without me, your broken station wouldn't last 3 days. If you can't endure, you won't sell dirty goods. All right, let's see how hard you can keep going. Check it out. Find out exactly where those goods were sent. The water is cold and bearable. There is no food in the belly. He couldn't even hold the knife. Pretend this thing isn't mine. I will redeem it in the future. Live punishment. This jade is not mine. A token of thanks he had exchanged with his life. I earn this working income. But you can't sell off their roots. Uncle Lou had already transferred the rent. No need to replace the lock. Where did you get the money, kid? Collecting junk is legal. Ding's first cross-industry reciprocal transaction was completed. The host has not committed fraud or forcibly seized the property. No compensation was obtained by using contaminated materials. Integrity rating, excellent alert. The extreme cold crisis at Jingbei Pass has eased. The food shortage crisis erupted in full. The city's grain reserves were less than a day's worth of grain. Lao Qin, is there still food over there? Don't hide it from the immortals. The last pot of thin porridge in the city had already been distributed. The soldiers drank hot water, but lacked the strength to defend the city. Children cry silently at night. All he knows is talk. What do you want? If there are abandoned grain leftovers in the upper realm, even coarse bran and broken cakes can save lives. Xing Tianyi, send him away. The immortal screen has given it away. Next time, I'll bring you food. The general's grain is clad in iron armor. Don't eat it recklessly just yet, waiting for the immortal's longing for an inch long. This batch has been damp before. It's less than half the price. How long is it damp? Anyway, I haven't grown much hair. This is called not growing too much hair. Aren't you going to use it for emergency relief? People who are starving. As long as you have a tongue, that's enough. No 0 points. Then you'll have to spend more money. Fully equipped vehicle with Haneo entry. You really take it seriously. It's not like they're supplying supermarkets in the city. Even more deadly than a supermarket. Over there, one bite could ruin the whole group. Who is your client? Tens of thousands of major clients are waiting to eat and leave. Detection of compliance with imported materials. Batch delivery is allowed. Old Qin, listen carefully. Don't bite the tin directly into the can. Open the ones with pull rings. If there's no pull ring, use a knife to pry it open. Iron armor immortal rations. I also noted the compressed biscuits. Don't eat too much at once. I don't care. People who have been hungry for a long time cannot snatch food. Each person gets a small bowl, taking it slow. The mother tastes like meat. After finishing this bite, we still have to defend the city. Many thanks to the immortal who gathers the wilderness. General, this gap will freeze overnight. Even cavalry can get inside. Roofed with door panels. Tear down everything that can be demolished in the city. And requested the immortal to grant him the garrison for the city. The city walls cracked. Don't force people to block you. First pull the mesh, then insert the steel pipe mesh at an angle. Able to hold off cavalry. Don't underestimate this thing. It works well even in modern times to block dogs. Blocking it hurts even more. I'll make you one more dazzling one. Detected recovered restoration materials. By prompting the old battery to run low. And it is not enough to gather them. Just stay on overnight. Just stay through this night. General, this black iron wire really can defend the city. The ancestors said it could be done. Beneath Thundersnake's city lies Thundersnake. Blocking the Thundersnake array, blocking it. Who will remain at the border of the border? There are spies. Qin Lai and these mysterious monsters must be uniformly confiscated by this supervising military officer. This was the city's life-saving supplies. That's why. You can't decide alone. If not for these immortal items. The elderly and children in the city have long since frozen to death or starved to death. Shut up. Who knows if this is a celestial artifact or a monster? Old Qin's side was too slow to call out to the well. He needed someone who could talk at any time. As long as it rings, that's enough. Don't pick one. There was someone by Old Qin's well. Combine the edges with that. You take a step further and try it. Who is pretending to be a ghost? The general is stationed at Bingbian. Take. The Northern King already knows the courtyard. You can't hold on. The one in official robes. If you want to snatch something, that's none of my business. But you dare to touch the well. I immediately cut off supply. From tonight. 寂静由Jingbei军和百姓共同看守. Who dares approach the half-step slash? Yao Wang and the others really do have Yao Wang protecting the city. Within the city, there is grain, fire, and a demonic well. Tonight, whoever breaks the city and seizes the well will be rewarded with 100 gold coins. Messenger Immortal, the main northern enemy force had arrived. Don't make the Immortal obey the command. You're messing up me too. 15 minutes is enough. Survive their first breath. The enemy army was nearly 100 paces away. Wait another 50 steps. Wait a bit longer to get closer. The closer you get, the more it hurts. Blocked. The Thunderfire formation was activated. Your lousy sight really is hilarious. Jingbei did not surrender. Jingbei did not surrender. This is not a scrap station. This is Jinshan. General, this broken iron pipe is even more useful than a spear. Not for iron pipes to be used. He is truly the most valued by people. Drink water first, then treat the wound. Immortal objects cannot be placed carelessly. Whoever takes it must be remembered. Jingbei Pass was held. Many thanks to the immortal who gathers the wilderness. Don't bow and break your life. Also, make sure to register your things. Cotton quilts are quilts. Grain belongs to grain. Don't let children touch the wire mesh. There are not many things, and may be used sparingly. Jingbei Pass Phase 1 survival mission completed. The next phase of the mission begins. Repairing the city, storing grain, and counterattacking and suppressing the enemy. I haven't figured out how to fix my broken sight in the city yet. Risks on the modern side are rising. The probability of abnormal channel exposure increases. So what about Zhou Ye? Find a landlord tomorrow. Then look for electric power, fire protection, and environmental protection. Isn't he supposed to follow the rules? I'll use the rules to cover up his flaw first. Don't be happy first. I'm afraid someone is watching me. Jingbei Pass. I am willing to repay with spoils of war and the remaining gold and silver in the city. Who would dare offend the immortals? One was a collector of stolen goods. But it's okay. He wanted to take my station, captured the civilians and wounded soldiers who had just come down from the city walls. Give me all the heat. The entire army obeyed orders. Set up the pot and start the fire. Immediately cook the meat broth. The fragrance is too fragrant. I've never tasted such a fragrant meat broth in my life. No need to chew it. It melts in your mouth directly. Mom, my stomach isn't burning anymore. The immortal's meat soup is so sweet. On this war-torn land. This pot of meat broth. It was the strength to stand up again after holding the city. Joyfully, the iron box meat sent down from the divine realm was truly different. After eating this piece of meat, he could kill a Northern Rong ox with a single punch. Today, the immortal bestows clothing and food for the grace of the immortal. Like parents reborn, I pacify the Northern Pass with 30,000 soldiers and civilians. I will never forget it, as if there were any misconduct or assignments. Rush into the fire and water. He would not hesitate to die 1,000 deaths. Once you're full, hurry to stand guard. Aren't you still at war? Don't wait until you're full and have someone take you all at once. The meat is fragrant. Where would Jingbei Pass get any meat? Didn't the scouts say they even ate all the bark? A fire broke out on the city wall of King Jing's north gate. The whole city is eating meat. The fragrance is unbelievably good. Why are we just here chewing on mud? They can eat meat in the city. Brothers, Jingbei Pass has both grain and meat. The defenders on the city walls were at their last strength. Pull out all the siege ladders for me. Kill the city first, then grab the supplies. The general's group of refugees went crazy just smelling the meat. Whoever dared to come up to defend the city was to be taken down. Attention, everyone. Eating well is not the end. Outside the city, there are starving enemy troops. The archers pinned them down. The general ran out of arrows. The last arrow missed last night. Now even the rolling selenium stone is gone. I'm full. I'm not afraid of dying. But the blade was already curled into a piece of iron. How to kill? Could it be that heaven wants to abandon me? With cotton jackets and grain. But they would die from exhaustion of weapons. Immortal, save me. The disorderly army attacked the city. Our army no longer had arrows or weapons. Please, Immortal, grant me heavenly weapons and sharp weapons. Just as they were full, war broke out. You make it clear. What weapon are you missing now? Long spears and broadswords. Iron arrow cluster. Anything capable of killing the enemy is acceptable. If the Immortals could grant 10,000 branches, would that be? 5,000 is enough to hold out at Jingbei Pass for another night. I say, Lao Qin, you really think highly of me. I have to register a kitchen knife in modern times. You wanted to get 5,000 spears and broadswords in one night. You're asking the other man too much. The grace and virtue of Immortals. Jingbei Pass already owes too much. If today there truly are no weapons, and immediately fought with his life. General, I'll go down with you, and issued orders to the personal guards. Follow me and draw my sword, and leapt over the city walls to fight to the death. Knives and guns are useless tools for killing. These items are specifically for blocking heavy objects and falling objects. I want a net that can hold hundreds of gene of iron. Take out all the sturdiest anti-fall nets in your store. I need a steel wire core. You need to wear a pendulum and hook. This is a fall prevention net, not ordinary rope nets. You bought this thing in the middle of the night. The construction site collapsed. Why do you care what I'm covering? Steel wire rope removal circonium carabiners. Take everything that can carry heavy items. This type of net is used for working at heights. Added steel wire cores inside. A normal blade strike will only crush the swatter down with a smelting stone. The more he struggled, the tighter he became. It's all needed. Then give me the thickest nylon rope and a few boxes of shackles. Old Qin caught the hidden weapon. Hidden weapon. This thing is called a wire anti-fall net. Don't treat it like a knife or gun. Treating the enemy like a falling trap. They waited for them to climb up the construction ladder. You two go into a team. Shine the net down from the top of the ladder. The iron pendant presses down on people first. Hook ladder. The network cable tangled hands and feet. Remember, don't stand under the internet for your own people. General, this doesn't look like a weapon. It looked more like a large black pouch. Do as our ancestors say. The archers retreated. In groups of 2. Prepare to prevent falling nets. The general is so soft. Truly able to hold people back. What the Immortals gave was definitely not ordinary things. Don't throw at people randomly. Pressing down on the ladder and locking hands and feet. After grabbing it, he immediately dragged it aside. Did you hear it? 2 people share a net. Give me a chance. What the hell? The cut won't work. This black line won't cut it. Drag it down. Another one. Let them understand what it means to be able to rise, but not to go down. General, look at it. This net is even more sinister than chains. Swords and blades slashed and slipped as they struck. The more those cute ones struggled, the deeper they got gripped. It's not about scattering around. 3 nets per set. The first is the ladder. The second is the Zhongdo people. The third card is the gap seal. The entire army obeyed orders, in groups of 2, and set up nets to arrest people, treating these cuteness like sacks. King, unable to break through. On the city walls, there's a net of demons. The blade could not cut without interruption. Fire cannot be ignited. The entire vanguard battalion was taken down. If you can't climb the wall, then don't climb. Push out the battering ram. I do not walk the city walls. I'll smash the door. If you can't climb the city wall, smash the door for me. Tonight, even if Jingbei Pass is smashed to pieces, I want to take everyone inside out and put them in the pot too. The general and the others are not going up the wall anymore. The north gate cracked half a month ago, and this impact couldn't withstand it. The door bolt was cracked. Hit it a couple more times. The north gate will surely collapse. And order the death warriors to camp below the city gate. Use your flesh and blood to hold the door against me. The general's gate bolt broke. If you hit it again, the north gate would collapse. The camp of the warriors to die. Hold it with your life. The gate seemed to be broken. Wives, children, and children in the city all had to be fed into these lovely bellies. Everyone stepped aside. Don't use your body to block the hammer. It will be ground into a pulp. The immortal cannot retreat. The door bolt snapped. When the men retreat, the chaotic army is struck by a sudden attack. He could rush in. How could I have forgotten about this? This thing binds steel pipes, presses machines, and locks trucks. The ancient wooden door cracked again. You should first ask him if he agrees. Old Chen caught it. Don't let people stand directly under the hook. This is not a rope. It's an iron tooth belt that can tighten the more you press it. Whenever the general is about to make things clear. No, you don't understand. If you use this thing incorrectly, it can twist a person's finger. You let the most stable person hang up. Listen to me, the iron hook with both ends tied. Stone pillars hanging on either side of the gate. And the iron ring on the door beam. The iron lump with a handle in the middle is called a ratchet tool. Thread the strap in and press it down. He tightened his grip by an inch. The immortal's soft belt can block heavy vehicles. Don't be fooled by how soft it is. He had squeezed several tons of steel on the truck. Don't slip your hand into the teeth of the wheel. Hold onto the handle. Lock me up. Li Meng led his men to hook the hook. Hang iron rings on the left pillar, right pillar, door beam, and beam. If someone's hands are shaky, step aside. Checkmate. This door now looks like it's been stitched shut by an immortal with an iron chain, and defended the north gate. When dawn breaks, it's our turn to fight back. The city gate is cracked like this, yet it still holds up. Keep crashing for me. Tonight, we're heading into town. After the king couldn't break through the door, it was as if he was sealed with an iron chain. Chains. I refuse to believe that demon magic can protect them all night. The king calmed down his anger. By now, the night had reached its deepest point. Half an hour later, a celestial dog consumed the moon. It will swallow the last bit of moonlight outside Jingbei Pass. The darkest is so dark that you can't see a trace when you reach out your hand. If the city gate can't be breached, then don't breach it. Waiting for the moonlight to be swallowed up, and sent light troops along the chaotic rocky slope to scout up the city walls. They're iron mesh iron. During the day, it was as intense as polar night. All decorations. Good. He ordered the entire army to lay down their swords on the spot, and the moonlight vanished in an instant. The entire army was breaching the city in the dark. I want Chen Lai to die on his own city wall. The general and the others stopped banging on the door. It was as if waiting for nightfall. That's the real trouble. Blocking in the open. Hidden places are hard to guard against. You can't light torches. The torch lights up ourselves. They hide in the darkness. We stand in the light, causing disorder among many soldiers. As long as you feel a gap, the entire wall was about to be torn apart. Brother Zhou, do you have an undying flame over there? An unquenchable fire. What you want isn't fire. What you want is something that can turn night into day. Second-hand ones aren't cheap either. My little working capital. Buy grain online, buy straps first. Almost burned dry. If there were no such thing, Jingbei Pass. Tonight, I fear, will be hard to hold on to. Money in advance, wait. You let the wealthy merchants in the city. Don't even hoard the official granaries. If you want to survive, gather whatever you can buy for money first. I'll make you guys build an artificial sun. Zhou Ye, firefighting, environmental protection, electricity. These past few days, they've been taking turns visiting your broken station. Let's see how much longer you can keep hiding. All right, I'll wait until I'm done saving you tonight. Then I'll play the rules with you. Brother Zhou, is this enough to buy a heavenly fire? Enough is too much. Lao Qin. Let the brothers on the city wall close their eyes and rest for a moment. Don't stare at highly Wanshin. Wait for me to come back. Let me show you what it means for the polar day to descend. Now immediately. Real gold. Zhou Ye kid, you struck it rich. Cut the nonsense. Buy your brightest light in the whole place. Heavy-duty searchlights for tower cranes. High-pressure xenon lamps used on construction sites. Even a high-mast lantern array on a football field is necessary. As long as you plug it in and it can blind people. Load them all onto the truck. The batch you want to shine is the hardest. 2000 W matrix LED tower chandelier. Highway construction teams use it at night. Even hundreds of meters away, you can see the rebar ends clearly. Move everything. Give me 2 dry meters of waterproof industrial cable. Connector. The distribution box must have the most stable leakage protection outlets. You use such a professional scrap station. Life-saving things can't be left undone. Old Qin prepared to catch the heavenly fire. Whenever a general is present, first, connect the lampstand and cables. The lamp's faces outside the city. No one should be staring right next to the lamp, especially when I shouted to close my eyes. The entire army must turn a blind eye. There is movement beneath the general city walls. There are many footsteps. They came up on their feet. Everyone lowered their bodies, waiting for the immortal heavenly fire. They wanted to climb the rocky slope under cover of darkness. Archers shoot blindly. The general ran out of arrows. There were almost no stones left to smash. Qin Lai, stop struggling. You're now a bunch of blind people. Grandpa, I'll stand 10 steps from your city wall. If you've got the guts, come and chop me. Touch it. Kill them all and enter the city to eat meat. When the heavenly fire arrives, close your eyes. The entire army close their eyes. Hang the immortal artifact on the battlements. The lamp's face faces outward. Don't let the lamp shine on your own people. General, hang it up. Just waiting for the immortal to light the fire. How do you light the general's immortal heavenly fire? Everyone close their eyes. Lao Tzu said, let there be light. My eyes are blind. The sun has set in the sky. The general has brightened. It's so bright it's blinding. They were all photographed. The bow and arrows were gone. Use anti-fall nets to have them kneel and fight in the light. Brothers, open your eyes. See clearly these trembling bugs. They can't see us. We can see them. Hit me. The team on the left. Find bright spots and cast the net. Wherever the city wall is, there's the wall. I can't see anything clearly. Jingbei Pass is protected by true deities. Run fast. The General Sun King couldn't break through. It's not that the Sun King can't break through. It was Brother Zhou's light that exposed their courage. Retreated. If you truly retreat, there are celestial beings inside Jingbei Pass. Who still dares to charge forward? Brother Zhou, the heavenly fire had already broken. Lan Jin Yi Tui. This favor was too much for Qin Lai to be smashed to pieces. But their main force hadn't dispersed. Retreating tonight doesn't mean you won't come tomorrow. Old Qin, don't rush to scare them off just because Xie Guang is in a hurry. He only pushed the knife an inch away from his neck. You cannot see their camp. You never know where the next cut will come from. The scouts outside the city cannot get out. The Northern Rong cavalry blocked the road. Send one and one dies. People cannot leave. Let the eyes fly out. Tomorrow, I'll give you a real guy that can fly and can observe the enemy camp. He could send messages and scare them out of their wits. Zhou Ye, are you planning to take on aerial photography for the whole town? Don't ask nonsense. I want to carry a heavy load. The distant image of flying is clearly conveyed. You can see things even at night. Agricultural heavy-duty drones, patrolling the fields, spraying pesticides and shouting about it. Install me a big speaker again. The louder, the better. You're going to patrol the mountain, or go scare people, and save a city. Be careful. This thing is not a toy. When the paddle blades touch, they can open openings. Qin Lai heard the other side, 3 zhang away from the paddle blade. You really use it as a battlefield weapon. The greatest fear on the battlefield is not lack of courage. It is invisible. Old Qin went over first. You guys hold the remote control. Others shouldn't touch it carelessly. Wait for me to shout, take off. Just step aside. Iguchi understood. The entire army avoided sacrificial wells. No noise. After this thing passed, they are definitely considered divine objects. There is no way to explain too much. A divine artifact is one that can save lives. Wait, immortal artifacts have rules and can be fatal if they move recklessly. General, this looks neither like a knife nor a bow. What exactly is the immortal going to give? There's wind in the well. Something is coming out. The heavenly eye that stepped aside from Brother Zhou had arrived. Put away the knife. This is the immortal's heavenly eye, not an enemy object. He has no head and no feathers, so how can he fly? He is an iron bird. Dubi was surrounded too close. Who reached into the paddle blades. Even immortals can't save her. Tai Yuan spoke up. This is the Tianyan iron kite. Old Qin raised the remote control screen to his chest. General, look. We can actually see ourselves from heaven. No wonder Brother Zhou called him the heavenly eye with this item. No matter which camp the enemy hid in, they couldn't be hidden. Don't get excited and fly high first. Then proceed to the main camp of the Northern Rong. Not going all out today. Today, let's first understand them. A strong light shines through the night, and it scared the entire army like this. I raise wolves, not sheep. The king's army was truly in turmoil. Last night, many people witnessed Jingbei Pass fall with their own eyes. Daylight assault again. I'm afraid they'll be in chaos in their own camp first, then kill a few who spread rumors. Who would say the gods guarded the pass and cut again? The great king, there was something in the sky, a monster and a divine bird flying over. He's looking at our king. He's really watching us. Old Qin and his group didn't retreat far. The main tent was still there. The horses are still there. The provisions are also there. This is not withdrawal. It was a breath of relief, getting ready to bite you again. I saw that if not for the heavenly eye. We thought they had been scared out of their wits. Breaking the courage still requires a bit of patience. Let them know first. Jingbei's eyes had already flown above their heads. Shoot this demon into a sieve for me. Keep shooting. Whoever dares to stop me, I will cut them first. The king is too tall. Our arrows simply can't reach. The great king of the Northern Rong. You have fought your way to the foot of Jingbei Pass. Qi Ruo Ling Ji. Today, I'll give you a bloody rain. Break your nerve before harming anyone. Zen. Blood heaven was bleeding. The gods have sent down punishment. Awe. The king couldn't keep suppressing him. They really thought heaven was angry. Shut up, this is sorcery. The spirits calm their anger. We won't fight. We're never going to Jingbei Pass again. Thinking that you all also have parents, wives, and children. Today, I do not take my life. Blood rain was just a warning. If we again violate Jingbei Pass, even half a step, the next time it falls, it won't be rain. It was the 9 heavens' thunderfire. I will surely turn you to ashes and smoke. Retreat, we retreat. I beg the gods to spare my life. Whoever dares to withdraw, I haven't even given the order yet. The king's army lost morale. They will rebel first. Leaving the troops behind, there is still a path ahead. It is not a crime of war. This heaven wants to destroy me. The general and the others really retreated. 100,000 troops were defeated by a single iron kite. A blood rain scared him so much that he knelt and begged for mercy, and issued orders to the entire army, and were not permitted to leave the city without authorization, repairing the gates to treat the wounded, inventory the provisions. The general does not pursue. Brother Zhou said so. Enjoying the present moment doesn't mean living until tomorrow. Old Qin learned pretty quickly. An army that defeats the enemy without fighting. This is what it means to make a profit. Elder brother Zhou Jing temporarily defended the Northern Pass. After today, the Northern Rong dared not invade again for a short time. The term temporary probation is true. Scaring them off is not the end. The city gates need repair. Provisions are needed, and the people need training. The heavenly, I can see faraway roads. I can't guard the city for you for a lifetime. He understood that Jingbei would take this opportunity to catch his breath. Standing up again. That would be good. They'd come back next time. It's not just about scaring them. The general and the others really retreated. The Northern Rong camp flags were all taken down. Even beyond 100 li, they might not dare to stop. An army that defeats the enemy without fighting. Brother Zhou's move. What saved Manqing's life was saved. Our Jingbei Pass has been completely preserved this time. Temporarily preserved. And the people's hearts relaxed. It was even more dangerous than a city gate being torn apart. And issued orders to each camp. First repair the city walls, then celebrate the victory. Ha! Only now do we know. Being able to safely enjoy a sip of hot soup is what matters most. Divine creatures must not be caught in the rain. The generator is rotated by 12 people daily. Lamp frames, cables, sky-eye iron kites, and all are registered. No command from me. No one is allowed to touch it. Finally, I will obey the order. Immortals provide food, clothing, and heavenly fire. We descendants must remember this kindness. Remembering kindness is acceptable. Don't record all your path to survival on kneeling and worshiping. Anyone dares to sneak a touch. I stopped his hand, and not stop guarding against bandits. And also prevent those who don't understand from doing good, but causing trouble. General, carriages and horses arrived from the direction of the capital. It was an imperial envoy's ceremonial procession. Someone reported you for illegal stacking. Privately connecting wires. I will rectify everything that needs to be rectified. I registered everything that needed to be registered. We've been besieged for more than half a month. The court didn't even send a single blade of grass. Now the Northern Rong have fled. They come back faster than flies. Shut up. He is an imperial envoy, representing the imperial court. Court representatives can be used as food. Open the city gates. B. General Qin. We thought Jingbei Pass had long since become a living hell. Unexpectedly, everyone was eating so energetically. Even more comfortable than the old men waiting for rewards in the capital. Jingbei Pass was fortunately spared. All depends on the divine artifact sent down from heaven. All depends on the soldiers and civilians to defend the sacred relics to the death. Our family came here precisely for these divine objects. Feng Tian undertakes the mandate of heaven. The emperor issued an edict on the appointed day. Jingbei Shou Jiang Qin Li Shou Cheng You Gong, Zan Ji Qi Ming. Recently, an iron box has been discovered in the city. Waste lamps, iron birds, waste provisions, waste garments. Unknown origin. Fearing disaster and disorder in the court, Special Imperial Commissioner Qian Yukai was ordered to confiscate all unknown monsters. Escorted to the capital for inspection. Respectfully this. General Qin handed over. The Emperor's grace is vast, sending them east and west to the capital. Upon inspection, it was found that there were no demons or evil spirits. Naturally, you can still be credited. Inspection. When you were drinking tea in the capital, it was these sorceries that illuminated the outside of the city. You didn't send a single grain of rice. It was this demonic grain that saved the people. The border troops were reckless, truly ignorant of the rules. Li Meng withdrew. General, I can retreat. But if they move the divine artifact, the whole city will be forced back into a dead end. Good stuff. These are years of war and snow disaster. Even the capital's warehouse might not be this complete. The Imperial Forest Army obeyed orders. The Iron Box Demon Bird, the Grain Doctor, and loaded them onto carts together. The miscellaneous family must personally escort her back to the capital. Ha! Adults are the rations for children and wounded soldiers. We just came back to life. You have to move out. The Imperial Court's belongings. And naturally return to the court. That was something the Immortal gave to extend Jingbei Pass's life. You dare to move. If you rebel, you're rebelling. Qin Lai, these are the soldiers and civilians you brought out. The Imperial Envoy is a nobleman. Once these things are moved, Jingbei Guan Sangbing He Baixing Cheng Bu Guo Ban Yue. This is the Emperor's domain. The Emperor wanted to take it. How dare you refuse to spend money on me? Buying food, clothes, lamps, drones. The Northern Rong didn't take it from the front. Later, the court wanted to seize it. Brother Zhou, he is an Imperial Envoy. Defying the Imperial Edict is treason. I saved you, Qin Lai, and the people of Jingbei Pass. Not the Emperor who sat in the capital waiting to pick peaches. Old Qin, listen carefully. You dare to touch my device. How dare you steal my grain and clothing? I'm going to stop paying right away. Thousands of miles of telecommunication. This is the real medicine. He can speak, and even from 1,000 miles away, he can still speak. Qin Lai, you still dare to say this isn't a monster. Someone, bring this demon box and iron lamp. Take apart all the iron birds and boxes for our family, and take them away. Qin Lai colluded with demons, and the demon Yan was deeply bewitched. Immediately dismissed from office and taken away. You dare to roar. The Imperial Envoy was punished with a beating for treason. Checkmate. Don't bear it. The Beirong besieged the city, preventing the court from coming to the city and saving its life. They came to seize grain and fight for lives. Why would the court recognize him like this? Transporting grain is not allowed to be opened. Whoever steals the rations from divine artifacts is the enemy. General, you've rebelled. Let's follow the immortals. What a case of discarding the donkey after the mill. The city that the Northern Rong have not yet conquered. You people want to tear it down? Anyone who dares to mess with me, Zhou Ye, has basically kicked a steel plate. Yes. Old Qin turned the walkie-talkie volume to maximum. Then he brought it in front of Qian Yukai. Brother Zhou, what are you going to do? Reason in a voice he can understand. Qian Yukai gave a shameless little cutie. Yaosheng smashed it. Where were you when people starved at Jingbei Pass? Where were you when the Northern Rong breached the city gate? Now the city is alive. You come to transport grain, and you deserve it. By imperial order, let me ask you. Jingbei Pass was sealed for 3 months in extreme cold. Where is the Emperor? Where are the reinforcements from the court when the Northern Rong army besieges the city with 100,000? The soldiers gnawed on ice and swallowed blood. The common people wrap themselves in broken armor to keep warm. When the child is so cold and hungry that they can't cry out loud. What is your sacred will? Qin Lai, listen carefully. Defying the imperial edict is treason. Your entire Qin family will be implicated by the Yun Lingling order. Old Qin, what exactly are you protecting with your sword? Protecting an imperial edict that could cost the lives of the people, or to protect the newly revived city behind you. I, Qin Lai, have guarded the frontier for 10 years, and never failed the state. But today, the nation has been wronged. Jingbei Pass is beautiful. Today, I'm going to nullify your imperial edict. Qin Lai, how dare you? My sword, Qin Lai, only guarding Jingbei Pass. From today, Jingbei Pass borders. Beiguan was responsible for grain, medical supplies, equipment, and city defenses. Jieyou Jingbei, Junmin Zishou. This is defying the imperial order and treasoning. You can write it like this. You can also get back to the capital alive. Tell you the emperor behind it. Jingbei Pass is no longer under the control of the court. Get your lackey. Rolling out through Jingbei Pass. The swift horse returns. Tell the Shinji battalion in the rear. Qin Lai really rebelled. The red-clad cannon no longer needs to wait. Brother Zhou, starting today. Jingbei Guan 3万军民彻底脱离大梁朝廷. This lonely city is willing to follow Brother Zhou's orders. Whenever there is a decree, rush into the fire and water. He would not hesitate to die 1,000 deaths. Don't treat me like an emperor. I don't want to be a god either. I saved you because you wanted to live. Since he had already offended the court to death, then don't just kneel. Stand up. General, we've really rebelled. Not opposing. It is alive. Construction of city defenses, granaries, and water wells. Old Qin listened. Leaving the court is not the end. The court will come again. The Northern Rong will come again. Next, we need to build some truly large-scale infrastructure. Jingbei Pass awaited orders. Then let's start with this dilapidated city. Change to a modern fortress start. Separated from the court. The court certainly wouldn't just scold a couple of times. The Northern Rong will come again. The capital will come again. Wooden doors and iron mesh searchlights alone are not enough. Jingbei Pass must be built into a true steel fortress. Yes. Then let's start by making money. Mr. Zhou, this paper, this ink, this mark, it doesn't look like a replica, even if it's not a masterpiece by a famous artist, and definitely an old thing. I don't wait for the auction. The 5 million fixed price was immediately credited. If you want to get the auction done, probably more than that. I hurried back to repair the city, building city after city, repaired the city walls. Boss Zhou's show of force is quite something. Your recycling station needs to be renovated. No renovation. I want to build a city that can't even be blasted open by artillery. High-grade injection molded cement. Let's start with 50 tons. Threaded reinforced concrete mixer and cutting machine. Bundled wire, waterproof cloth, and scaffolding are fully equipped. Are you contracting the construction site or the battlefield? Almost a separate room. Loading. The old wall can't hold on. If the court brings artillery, the city gate would be torn apart with a single round. Then fix it. Quarrying stone and firing bricks to build walls. It will take 2 months at the earliest. If the court arrives within half a month, it's too late. General, this is just a loss of face. The immortal used ash to plaster the wall. Finer than ash. The wind blows and disperses. How could he block the cannon? Don't judge by your eyes. This thing turns into stone when added to water. Turning to stone. You interrupt less. Listen to the old craftsman at work. Weave the rebar together like weaving a bamboo basket. Start with the skeleton. Then pour the mixed fresh puree in. Do, as Brother Zhou said, a soft puddle of mud. I could walk through with one step. Shut up, the immortal said. First weave bones, then pour mud. One less step is not enough. This is not a patch. This was like replacing the bones of Jingbei Pass. Harder than a blue brick. I don't believe this clay gets stabbed. It's not mud anymore. Turning stones into gold. Turning clay into iron. This immortal clay really turned into iron and stone. Jingbei Pass has new bones. Qin Lai, that traitor, just used plaster to seal the door. Not even a blue brick. It seems Jingbei Pass is so poor, it's almost like using earth as a wall. The divine machine, camp awaits orders. The red-clad cannon stepped forward. One round blasted the mud wall to dust. The general who came back this time was a real guy. Stop and let them fire their cannons. The general's red-clad cannon can split mountains and split rocks. We really won't dodge. The city of hiding would be empty. Brother Zhou said, This wall can block me. I believe him. The shells have returned. Hide quickly. No way. The red-clad cannon can even pierce bluestone walls. How could this plaster wall not move? It really blocked it. Shinny really blocked it. Cardinal cannon. He ordered the entire army to remain steady. I thought the red-clad cannon would be scary. Old Qin passively taking hits was not a solution. They love to set off firecrackers. Then I'll show them something louder and brighter. Brother Zhou, what is this now? In modern times, this thing is called fireworks. Originally, it was just for the new year to watch the excitement. Today, let's lend them a chance to witness the Imperial Army's fire, and was able to kill the enemy. Whether to kill or not is another matter. Scary enough. What is that? How did it end up in the sky? Heavenly fire is the divine realm's heavenly fire. Hold on. Withdraw first and scatter beyond the range of heavenly fire. Divine fire guards the city. At Jingbei Pass, there is a true spirit, the weapon of the Shogun's sage. It actually bursts out of color. It's not just for looking. This is to let them know Jingbei Pass is not a lonely city to be manipulated by others. Old Qin, don't rush to defeat. Scaring them off is just the first step. I want to build agricultural defense roads and granaries for Jingbei Pass. I want this city to support itself. General, you've struck it rich. This time, he really struck it rich. War horses, armor, steel blades, provisions. The court will deliver it to us themselves. The family assets have arrived. There are more than 8,000 war horses, hundreds of thousands of dan of grain and fodder, tens of thousands of sets of Mingguang armor. There are these things. We can already fight all the way to the capital. Don't talk nonsense. Jingbei Pass seeks only survival. 不求乱天下. All the gold, silver, and jade items in the large factory were sealed off. The best war horses are selected first, 10, and provided horse equipment with full equipment. The finest steel knife is chosen with a square handle. Shen Song Zhou Xiong. There are so many generals. There is no Zhou Dui. Jingbei Pass has long been gone. The draft does not forget the well digger. This first trophy must go to the divine realm. Detected massive amounts of high-value cross-border material transfers. Only. Old Qin was emptying the imperial treasury. Yes, the financial crisis was resolved. Keep repairing the steel fortress. Damn, Old Qin, you're basically taking the military arsenal of the great Liang dynasty. Brother Zhou's court suffered defeat. Thousands of war horses were left behind. As long as Brother Zhou needs it, I will deliver it immediately. No. You really give me 1,000 horses. Tomorrow, the Animal Protection Association can arrest me. You keep the horse. Organize your own cavalry. I'm collecting a few sample horses over here. Zhou Ye, stop dodging. Hurry up and come out for me. Chen Sanjin, I paid off the 20,000 yuan I owe you half a month ago. Why are you bringing people and running around to me? The debt was paid off, but the land rent for your scrapyard has expired. I'm here to notify you today. I'm not renting this factory anymore. The contract clearly still had 3 years left. I said it's expiring, so it's expiring. Haha, considering our past friendship. This 10 cubic yuan is considered your penalty for breach of contract. Take the money and get out immediately. 100,000 yuan for Chen Sanjin. Open your eyes wide and see what this is. Gold. Where did you get so much gold? That's no need for you to worry about. I still want to buy this scrap station, along with a rear granary. Guaranteed minimum of 15 million. It's more than enough to buy your little bit of broken ground. Boss show. Misunderstandings are misunderstandings. Don't get me wrong. Or go to the city and find a bigger buyer to compete with me. You choose one. Old Qin, don't just be happy for nothing. 朝廷大军已退. The military and civilians of Jingbei Pass were all celebrating. The war scene in the first season has come to an end. Getting ready for the second season. What is the second season? Take off your armor. First, feed the people. Tomorrow, I'll send you hybrid seed solar panels. The generator and a batch of old machines that could work were passed over. I want to take Jingbei Pass. It was built as the first ancient system capable of generating its own electricity. Grow your own grain. A steel fortress built by making things themselves. Why is white dew this year so chilly? The general's wind was like a knife. After a great drought, there will surely be great cold. Although the imperial army retreated. But in the city, winter clothes, firewood, and granaries are everywhere. The city was almost completely burned during the defense. No winter clothes or food to stave off hunger. Even if the 30,000 residents of Jingbei Pass hadn't died in the hands of the soldiers, he too would be frozen to death by this damn heaven. The ground has frozen to death. At this time, no crops could survive. The grain reserves can hold out for a while. But if this winter drags on for more than half a year, sooner or later, the brushwood will be cut off. Brother Zhou, I'll probably have to beg you again for Jingbei Pass. Old Qin, I can hear the wind on your side. 50,000 pieces of thickened labor protection army coats. Take them all off for me. There is also 100 tons of grain storage capacity. A quilt weighing 10 jin. Priority is given to protecting elderly and children by household allocation. And once again defended the city garrison. Boss Zhou has so many cotton clothes. You're planning to open a disaster relief warehouse. Almost enough to save an entire city. Brother Zhou, a batch had already fallen by the well. Don't let people rush to distribute according to the roster. Who would dare to take it for themselves? Direct military law. Old Qin told the brothers to put on their clothes. This thing is called a military coat. Thick, wear-resistant, windproof. Inside, it's made entirely of modern thermal cotton. So heavy but so warm. And thick clothing and goods. Perhaps even the Emperor of Daliang had never worn it. The general is too hot. It was as if there was a stove hidden inside the clothes. I'm about to break out in a sweat. Brother Zhou, what are these yellow clods of earth? High-yield winter potatoes, resistant to cold and frost. Cut them into pieces and bury them in soil to survive. When spring comes, I'll teach you how to prepare the land, raise seedlings, and fertilize. It can serve as food. On your side, the guaranteed yield per mu is several thousand jin. The best paddy fields of several thousand jin of Daliang. The yield per mu is only a few hundred jin. If it really weighs several thousand jin, wouldn't Jingbei Pass no longer fear famine? That's right. The leftover potatoes can be made into vermicelli and starch to brew wine. Start today. Jingbei Pass did not stop guarding the city. Jingbei Pass needs its own food, generate your own money, and manufacture military supplies for themselves. Daliang abandoned our Jingbei and established itself. From today, sealing granaries, training soldiers, reclaiming wasteland, repairing steel walls, planting fresh grain, and building workshops. Long live the pacification of the North. The people are in the middle of the year. The second phase, main story begins. Target, Steel Division. In the first phase, focus on Old Qin getting through the winter. Old Qin wants to get through the winter well. When spring comes, I'll use the excavator, drone, and generator. Machine tools and agricultural machinery were sent over in the same way. Brother Zhou, Jingbei Pass is waiting for you. We held onto our lives. In the second season, we're going to build a truly steel division.